Cooning is incurable. It's a deadly disease amongst black people. It's been a deadly disease ever since the first slave set foot on U.S. soil in 1505. That's over 500 years ago. Cooning has evolved into different facets. And in today's age, in 2017, it's evolved as such a deadly disease that you can get paid handsomely, right? People will hire you. The dominant white society will hire you to display and showcase that deadly disease that you have, right? On many different facets, many different platforms, right? That method in today's age is, because of technology and everything else, it's able to widespread on the things that you say out of your mouth, right? All to get a paycheck from your white-owned established employer. Right? So, once again, family, I got to talk about this dude, Jason Fatlock, once again. I've already destroyed him and talked about and broke down the Coon Code with Jason Whitlock. Y'all can check out the video if I haven't. I'll have it up here somewhere so y'all can see that. This man, Jason Fatlock, once again, shows his coon colors. Shows that he's strong and proud to follow the Coon Code. Totally devoid of common sense, right? Totally devoid of facts, totally devoid of historical references to diffuse what he's talking about. You see, like I said before many times in my past videos, you can showcase people such as a Jason Fatlock who have a plethora of mental disorders, right? You can showcase some facts, historical references. None of that matters because they have a deadly disease. It's called cooning. And this is real talk. This is no joke. Cooning is a deadly disease amongst black people. Cooning, just to ridicule your own race, your own bloodline, for a paycheck from the dominant white society, right? Humiliate yourself. Look like an utter buffoon. Right? The thing about it is, family, you look at Jason Fatlock, and I'm going to continue to call him Jason Fatlock, right? The very first thing you notice about him is his girth, his weight. The guy is morbidly obese. Nutrition plays a huge part on mental health amongst black people. Huge part. Okay? I broke this down in past videos where I showcase that nutrition plays a huge role when you're, the types of foods that you eat during your childhood development can make or break who you are in terms of your sexual orientation, in terms of the things that you're trying to learn, right? Et cetera, et cetera. It's a whole plethora of things that involves nutrition that coincides with mental health, right? So, like I said, once again, Jason Fatlock shows his ultimate coon methodology. He talks about the incident with LeBron James, where his house got vandalized in Brentwood, California yesterday. And he's going to explain why. I'm going to play the clip and give you guys my commentary on this. He's going to explain why that LeBron James is devoid of racism. So check this out.
I get when I was a young person, some people called me a bad name, the N-word, whatever. It hurt my feelings. But stop me from rising? Hell no. Stop LeBron James. And, LeBron's comment about no matter how rich you are, no matter how famous you are, it's tough being black in America. That is a lie. It's not tough being Oprah Winfrey. It's not tough being LeBron James.
All right, so let me stop it right there. All right, stop it right there. Coon cold logic, devoid of common sense, devoid of historical references, devoid of historical facts. He blatantly said it doesn't matter how much money you got. It's okay being a billionaire because you're black, like Oprah. You're devoid of racism, right? Oprah Winfrey was racially profiled shopping for purses. White people, right, do not give a damn about how much money you got. All they care about is your skin, your melanin. You are black. Point blank and simple. You are black because we live in a system of racism, white supremacy. It's that simple. I mean, I could name up just a ton of references that'll blow this guy's argument to smithereens. But it's just common sense that because the system of racism, white supremacy that we live in, your wealth, when you're black, when you're classified as black, means absolutely nothing towards the dominant white society. Nothing. So once again, you could present a guy like Jason Fatlock with plenty of facts, with plenty of historical references, because of the fact that he has and suffers from mental disorders, Stockholm syndrome, post-traumatic slave disorder, right? And a plethora of others. Because the cooning that he displays is such a deadly disease that's eating his body and just destroying it's destroying black people, period. Right? You don't realize that. You don't realize you're making a damn fool of yourself. That's how powerful and that's how deadly this disease is. Right? So let me continue to play the clip, family.
It's not tough being Jason Whitlock. When I leave here today, I'm going to drive to Wilshire Boulevard, get out of my car, and throw the keys to my car to some white or Latino man who's going to say, Mr. Whitlock, anything I can do for you today? I'm going to walk into my building, the concierge, probably black, is Mr. Whitlock, I got a package for you. Anything I can do for you today? And then I'm going to go up to my 4th floor apartment and continue to do whatever the hell it is I want to do. And I'm not nearly as rich where pretty much nothing can bother him. And to sit here and say that, oh my God, my house was vandalized in LA, and on the eve of this greatest sporting event, I'm traumatized. It's just not true.
He didn't say it was traumatized.
I understand, but that was the way he postured, and the way it was all said for the benefit of social media and Twitter. I'm fired up about it because again, this is the Embrace Debate Network. That's what we label ourselves as.
Yeah.
And so I'm not out of bounds here when I say I watched Undisputed and saw Shannon Sharp today say the hardest thing is being black in America. I was just like, this is crazy. Have you ever tried to be a veteran that lost a leg in America? Have you ever been a poor person accused of a crime and forced to go with a public defender in America? Of any color. It's if you're poor, regardless of color, you are catching hell. I've been poor. Shannon's been poor. We know the difference. We know how good our lives are, and we don't need to pretend like.
When you listen to that, it just makes your skin crawl, right? That's how powerful, that's how deadly cooning is. Once again, cooning is a deadly disease. It's incurable. The reason why it's incurable because we live in a system of racism and white supremacy. And until we replace this broken system of injustice with a system of justice, that's the only way cooning can be cured and destroyed. See, Jason Fatlack is the type of guy, like I said, you present the guy with facts. For instance, how can you explain, Jason Fatlack, that black people who commit the same crime as their white counterparts spend a longer amount of time in jail, or they're prosecuted on a higher charge on average, right? How do you explain that in 2016, people classified as black amongst race were targeted and shot and killed by police officers at a higher rate than any other race in America? These are facts. Right? Right? How do you explain that? Right? Because if you, like I said, you present somebody with facts, they wouldn't care. Because the disease, the deadly disease of cooning, the mental disorders that they have, Stockholm syndrome, post-traumatic slavery syndrome, right? All of these mental disorders that they have, they're in too deep and they have an incurable disease. And it doesn't matter what you say, what you present, you cannot convince them, you cannot change them. All you can do is just do what I do, display the cooning, and try to educate people about this deadly disease and how to stay away from people like that, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing my part. Right? So, like I said, family, cooning, like a Jason Whitlock, who follows the coon code, understands coon logic, is complicit with racism, white supremacy, is complicit with acknowledging and supporting and maintaining the dominant white society's resources, getting that check, making sure that he says the most outlandish dumbest shit, quite frankly, on publication about racism in America, and that it avoids black people because you have money. It only affects poor people, right? Those are coming out of his mouth. Those are coming out of his words, his mouth, rather, right? So it's an incurable disease, family. What more can I say? What more can I say? There's no need to debate a guy like this. There's no need to debate people like Jason Fatlock, to convince them, to show them historical references, to show them stats, statistics. It's just, you talk to them, it's a lose-lose situation for you. That's it. All right, that's it, family. So, what more can I say? You know, I actually came on here to talk about a different topic, but I just saw this clip, and I wasn't even prepared to talk about it. When I saw it, I was like, man, this is crazy. I gotta address this. I wasn't even prepared because I didn't even have any notes. So this is really, I'm going off the top of my head talking about this topic. So anyway, family, like I said, Jason Fatlock and people who associate with him, Cooning, Sambos, all of that. Stay away from them. Don't try to conversate with them. Don't try to debate them. Leave them the hell alone. Let them die slowly with their incurable, deadly disease of Cooning. Leave them the hell alone. You deal with like-minded people who understand the plight of black society, the issue of racism, white supremacy, etc. Right? And I know some of you guys that may have some questions, especially my new subscribers, about, well, Brother Chauncey, how do you prevent yourself from getting this disease of Cooning? How do you prevent getting this incurable disease called Cooning? How do you do that? Simple. Understand, know, and acknowledge racism, white supremacy. What it is and how it works. Study that. All right? I'll give you 3 quick references to studies as far as people to go to. Study the works of Neely Fuller Jr., study the works of Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, and study the works of Dr. Amos Wilson. Just those 3 references. I can name a whole plethora of others, but just study those 3 references right there. All right? It's that simple. So anyway, family, those are my thoughts on that. Leave your comments down below about what Jason Fatlock had to say. Let me know if you know any people like Jason Fatlock that you know personally that have this deadly disease of Cooning. Let me know in the comments section down below, family. All right. Until next time, make sure you follow me on social media at The Black Separatist. Both links will be down below in the description on Twitter and Instagram. Until next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. The Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.